From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Here's the rookie from Alabama, Will Reichard, ready to get us started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Here's Wilson to throw right away. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Tracy trying the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's good for the New York Giants. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Runs through the contact. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot. Tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. On the give, it's Tracy. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 40 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. They go play action here on first down. Robinson hauling it in outright. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
It's now 4th and goal.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. from 3 yards out. And the Giants are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Able to fight through one tackle. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Catch made by Slayton. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll hand it to Tracy. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 40 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton from 19 yards away. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Down, defense.
2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. Dancing away at the 35. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Now McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. To the air with McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll get this down inside the 35. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And his kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
At the 37-yard line.
Right back to Tracy. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. That's to the rookie. It's Malik Neighbors. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll look to throw again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. He had the good earlier, throwing his first career touchdown pass. Now the bad, his first career interception.
So you had to have some balance at some point, right? Isn't that what we all seek in our lives? But here's the thing. He had the success, you mentioned it, through the touchdown pass. Sometimes you press it a little bit more, try a few other things, but that's how you learn. They'll throw a few more interceptions along the way, but I bet he'll balance that with a heck of a lot more touchdown passes, too.
That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum and were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Back to throw again. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 2nd and 4. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So that now back-to-back drives, CD, that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing is McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking to throw McCarthy. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. This is caught at the 20. And he he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Robinson hauling it in outright. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here on first down. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Tracy going to get it on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. 34 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
To the air with McCarthy. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Left side, he's got Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a 1st down. He'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards. Now it's Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and 2. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They get this out left. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants add 6 to their lead. Gano the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's going to look deep for more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Giants will take over here at their own 14-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Flushed out right. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. 2nd down and 3. Running left is Tracy. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
That's complete. It's Neighbors. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On the ground, here comes Tracy. And a short gain down to about the 33. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll go again with Tracy. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 82 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1 and one of our early window games here in Week 1.